What's up, guys? You're that Trucker here, back with another video. And tonight is not the best time because we are dealing with a breakdown. And it's actually a breakdown that returned. I thought we were done with it. If you guys had seen my dangerous load securement with a faulty truck video, I'll try to put a link or a card for that video around here or somewhere in the description. It'll be somewhere where you guys can find it. Check that video out. But we are dealing with the SRC or SCR, actually, system faults. That mixed in with some D-rate issues. We can show you a scale through that. Look at that. Increased D-rate in 7 minutes. That D-rate message popped up when I was driving down the highway, and I fortunately was within striking distance of this pilot that I'm at right now, and did not have to deal with the truck potentially going into basically a catastrophic mode, you know, where it shuts down the vast majority of the power of the engine to keep it from getting damaged. Long story short, 7 minutes, and we made it here. And let's see what else we got. Level 1 engine D-rate. So the truck was just going down the road, and all of a sudden I get a ping that said I had 1 hour before the engine went into increased D-rate. Just 1 hour. And this pilot right here was about 40 or 50 some odd minutes away. Barely made it. So I put in my breakdown with road repair. Already talked to them, and they're gonna have me towed out of here. I'm in Tennessee right now, not too far from Nashville. I would venture to say that they're gonna have me towed to a dealer there, whoever TMC uses. Now, the really annoying part about this, aside from being broken down in general, is I was just at the Brownsburg terminal for service on Friday. Today's Tuesday. And I told them about that issue, the SCR D-rate issues, and they said they were going to take a look at it, and everything was fine with that. I got the truck back after they did the service. No check engine lights or anything. I got on the road on Sunday, heading to my delivery. Everything was fine. Then today, making my move. I actually came from Texas with this load that I have right now. I was making my way to Pennsylvania with it, Pittsburgh, and that D-rate message decided to rear its ugly head again. So I wanted to get dealt with. I wish it had been permanently dealt with when I was at the Brownsburg terminal for service, because this right here is potentially messing with my pockets if I have to give up this load to someone else, which I might, very likely, depending on how long it takes for them to fix this or troubleshoot and figure out what the issue is. Yeah, because I think for my delivery, I am still like 12 hours away from the delivery location. I'm like halfway between where I picked up and where I need to deliver. So I'm like right on the halfway point, because it was like a 22-hour drive from the pickup location in Texas to deliver this stuff. I got some steel. Like I said in previous videos, there's never a good time for a breakdown. You can just hope to be in the most opportune location for it to happen, which, you know, I was, again, fortunately, you know, very close to a truck stop, so I didn't get stranded on the highway. The tow is probably going to be here within an hour and a half or 2 hours, usually how long it takes, you know, in optimal conditions. We'll see how long we're going to be down. My priority really at this point is I want to make sure that I get home at the end of the week. I don't know if I'm going to have to get a hotel or not. You know, sometimes these mechanic shops, they have like, you know, a lounge where you can hang out. But if it's going to be anything like long term, you know, TMC will put you in a hotel close by to where the mechanic shop is. And that way you don't have to, you know, just stay sleeping in a recliner chair or on a couch or something overnight. You can actually go to a hotel that TMC will pay for, okay? They'll pay for it. It's not, you're not gonna have to come out of your own pocket to pay for a hotel room. As long as the truck is broken down, you know, you just gotta get with the road repair crew, and you know, they pay with a company credit card or however they do it. And also, you know, if you need to get a ride from wherever you're broken down, well, no, from wherever the mechanic shop is that the truck is at, you know, you get an Uber or a Lyft or whatever, you know, you just save your receipt from that, and then you file that in with your BOL paperwork and everything else, and TMC reimburses you the money that you spent for the ride to get to the hotel and then back to the mechanic shop where the truck is once the truck is repaired and they're ready for you to take it back and get back on the road. So you're not really losing out on anything as far as you paying for anything, and hopefully you're not down for too long, so you're not missing out on any new load pickups. But this is definitely not my first time dealing with a breakdown, you know, so I already know the system. So along the way with this one, guys, I'm going to show you guys some things that you need to do when you're broken down, if you're going to be out of the truck for, you know, a day or longer, where you're going to need to do a trailer swap, because the freight's got to keep on moving. You're not going to sit on you know, a loaded trailer for too long, you know, without them giving it to another driver. The first thing that you want to do, once you know for sure that you're going to get hauled to a shop, pack an overnight bag just in case, you know, because not all of these shops that the truck will get taken to for repairs, not all of them are going to have a driver's lounge. So you want to go ahead and pack a bag for yourself in case you need to go to a hotel for the night, and you know, take some food if you got it in the truck, some overnight snacks, you know, change of clothes, you know, all your toiletries as far as like toothbrush, deodorant, things like that, so you can, you know, be comfortable. And you know, make sure you keep some money on you, credit cards, cash, you know, in case you need to buy yourself some food while you're there. And something that's also very, very, very important, make sure you have the BOL paperwork here. Make sure you keep that available just in case you have to do a trailer swap with somebody. You make sure when you do that trailer swap with another driver that you give them the BOL for the load first. As soon as you see that driver that's coming to take the trailer, hand them this before you do anything else. Hand them this, because you don't want to potentially have a guy out there and they leave without the BOL. They should be looking for it from you too. You know, that's the first thing that I ask for when I'm picking up a repowered trailer from another driver. You know, they're broken down and I'm picking up their loaded trailer. I ask them for the BOL as soon as I see the guy. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? You got the BOL? Because you might forget it if you don't do it first. There's a lot of stuff going on. But I will take a break right there on that one. We'll see. I'll show you guys once the tow truck gets here, what we're dealing with, and I'll go from there. Okay, I thought of something. We're still waiting on the tow truck to get here, but something that's very important that you need to do when you are going to a shop for a breakdown, especially one where you have to get towed there, that it could be an issue that takes a little bit longer for them to repair, possibly. You want to prepare yourself, and I always go in there with the assumption that I'm going to have to do a trailer swap and give up the loaded trailer that I have to another driver. So one thing that you need to do, you need to count the securement that's on the trailer, because the driver that's coming to take your loaded trailer is going to have to leave the same amount of securement with the empty trailer that you have on your loaded trailer. That way you're not in a bad spot without enough securement, because the repower guy took all of your equipment when he left and didn't leave you anything. So you need to go out there and count what you got. And I like to type it in a text message or put it in a note. That way I have it ready and I can just easily copy paste, put it in a text message to whoever the guy is that's coming to pick me up, or not pick me up, but pick up the trailer. That way they can, you know, have that securement ready or set aside, or, you know, they already know what they need to do when they come to get the trailer and do the trailer swap. That way things can be fast, you know, because they can keep on going. They can pick the trailer up, get back on the road, and you don't have to hang out too long waiting for them. But let me show you guys what I usually do. If I can get out of the truck. All right, it's nighttime, as you guys can see, and hopefully that reefer unit back there, hopefully you can hear me talking over it, so I'll try to make this quick because it's pretty noisy out here. But I have a load here. It's a load of steel I-beams and things like that, but I just go through and I write down, and I got an empty spot right here, we can fix that, but I just go through here and I take note of what securement is on the trailer. So you can see here I got steel tarps on here, 2 steel tarps, you know, bungees of course, and you have to remember what you put underneath the tarp. So I got like 7 chains and 6 straps, you know, edge protectors under there as well, and I have padded tarps. So you want to go down there and tally each of those items so you know the exact quantity that is on the load, and that way you can let your guy know, whoever it is that might be picking up the trailer from you, ahead of time what they need to leave behind when they come to do that pickup. And another really important thing that you need to do is, if you have any like personal securement items, like for myself, you know, I have, you know, V boards that are my property. You know, I have the large 4-inch ratchets, those are mine. Those aren't TMC items, you know, so anything that's personally mine, I want that. So I'm gonna have to, if I did have it, I would have to take it off of the load and replace it with, you know, some TMC company equipment that the other guy could take with him, because I'm not giving up my stuff. If it's a TMC securement piece, then that's all fine, but anything that I paid for out of my pocket, I do not give that up when I do a trailer swap. So if you have anything in the side box that's yours, you want to get that out ahead of time, just in case you're at the hotel when the other driver comes to do the trailer swap. You know, you want to try to have the trailer and the load set up in a way where you don't necessarily have to be there when the other driver arrives. And another thing that I like to do, that BOL that I showed you guys earlier, I'll take my BOL and I'll put it in a plastic bag that will protect it from the water if anything happens, if it rains. And I will put the BOL in a plastic bag inside of the side box. That way, in case I'm not at the mechanic shop, like if I'm at a hotel, the other driver can get the BOL and they can get the loaded trailer and leave all of the securement for the empty trailer on the one that they're leaving behind, and that way they can just get it and go. They don't have to have me there, and they don't have to be worried about not getting everything that they're supposed to get. Very, very important. And of course, you want to make sure that you let the other driver know everything that you got. Like, I carry 12 pieces of dunnage. A lot of guys carry, you know, either 10 or 8. Not a whole lot of guys carry 12 pieces, so that's something I'll make note of as well. Let the new guy know exactly what I have so they can leave the same amounts, or, you know, if sometimes if they don't have as much as I do, just leave what they do have, and then I'll end up going to a terminal to you know, get the rest of what I need. And let me see if there's anything else. I think that might be it, but yeah, just make sure you count the securement that's on your loaded trailer. That part is imperative for sure. All right, guys, it's about an hour and a half later. The tow truck is here now. See, they're hooking it up, and we will be at the mechanic shop shortly. I didn't get a chance to look inside that truck yet. I'll check. I wonder if that's going to be a manual or an automatic. I know a lot of companies are switching to automatics, but I would imagine all the tow guys are still going to be manual trucks. I would imagine, just, you know, to be able to haul, you know, heavier trucks, you know, if they need to. But I actually miss shifting a little bit. Actually, I've been driving automatic trucks for TMC here for the last 3 years now. It's actually my 3-year anniversary at TMC. Yesterday was. And I'm actually missing shifting a little bit, shifting gears, the old school feel of being able to use the clutch or float gears. Driving a 13 or an 18 speed truck. When I came to TMC, I was driving a 10 speed. I don't believe TMC has any or had any 13 or 18 speeds, but in my previous job before I came to TMC, I was driving 13 speeds and 10 speeds. Never driven an 18 speed actually, but you know, there's not really much difference between a a 13 speed and a 18 speed. Just you can split the gears at a lower range, or at the low range with an 18 speed, versus a 13 speed you can only split your gears at the high range. I miss it every now and then, but driving an automatic truck, you don't have to really focus on as much. You can just drive the truck. You don't have to worry about, you know, clutching the gears or double clutching or the engine stalling out if you don't you know, shift at the right time. You know, it's less to watch out for, but it's not old school traditional trucking that I like. If I could maybe switch around and do like a 13 or 18 speed every now and then when I get the urge, and then go back to an automatic when I don't really feel like doing a whole lot of work, I would do that every now and then. But if I ever made the move, I'll tell you guys, I'll claim it now, if I ever made the move to be a owner-operator, I would definitely get a manual transmission truck, you know, 18 speed preferably. More like definitely, that's what I would look for sure. And nowadays might actually get a good deal on buying something like that, since a lot of mega carriers are going to these automatic trucks just because it's easier to train new guys with automatic trucks. You don't have to teach them how to shift. Yeah, but let me know in the comment section below. Are you team auto, team manual, or do you not care at all? Let's see, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be working on that, but yeah, I'll get to you guys once we get to the mechanic shop, and we probably won't have much word on anything tonight as far as like when they'll be able to repair it or how long it'll take or what the exact issue is. We'll probably be waiting to hear something about that in the morning, but we'll see if I end up having to go to a hotel or if we'll be crashing at the mechanic shop if they got a lounge tonight. Get with you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we're inside the cab of the tow truck. The driver is still working on getting my truck hooked up, or he's disassembling something. I don't remember what part it is. It might be part of the driveline or something to that effect. I didn't ask him, but just based off of what I saw, so that we can get rolling. But I did get an answer to my question, because I'm in here and I can see this is a manual transmission truck, and I'll show you guys something. As you can see right there, manual transmission. And I'll show you guys something you may not know. There's a way to tell if a truck is a 13 speed or an 18 speed. This is an 18 speed truck, and as you can see here, that splitter right there, that's to go into the high range on your gears here. On a 13 speed, this gray button right here would be red, but since it's gray, that's how you know that it's an 18 speed transmission. 13 speed would have a red button, and 18 speed has a gray button. Look at that. Pretty cool. And a lot of gauges in here, and you have to disregard that beeping. That's something that he's got hooked up going for the PTO, and I definitely am not going to touch anything. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can see he's got a, right there, it's a little camera that lets him see the truck that he's got hooked up in the back there. You know, it's probably to help when they're backing up to something to hook up. That way you don't have to get out and eyeball everything. GPS in here, just like a lot of other truckers would have. CB radio. Yep, CB radio. And yeah, even a sleeper back here. You can't really see it, but it's a very large one. Very large sleeper. I'm not gonna show that back there. That's the personal stuff. But yeah, pretty cool in here, guys. Anybody out there thinking about being a you know, a wrecker tow truck driver, a little peek at what you might need if you ever get interested in doing something like this, or what you might be in for using. But look at that. Look at the nose clearance on this thing. That sticks out way farther than my truck. You definitely would not be able to see if somebody got close and walked in front of your truck. You would not see them. You definitely have to have a good following distance to make sure that you can see exactly what's in front of you if you're driving this big thing. Yeah, this truck is a monster. Pretty nice. It's making me want to get my own truck even more. I would definitely customize it too. I love how the red lights are in here. Turn the light off so you guys can see real quick. Yeah, look at that. Red lights. Matches the paint. It's real nice, man. Real nice. Really making me want to get my own stuff, but we'll see what the future holds. Being an owner-operator is a whole nother animal compared to being a company guy, for sure. I'll catch you guys at the maintenance shop. All right, we made it here. We are at a Kenworth dealership to get some maintenance on the truck. And I was correct. The wrecker driver here disconnected the drive line so we could tow it. Now the problem we're having right here is this guy right here and the white truck, he's blocking the way because this is where I'm going to need to drive my truck and trailer back in that area to go park the trailer and then disconnect and bring the truck back up here so it can get worked on for service. Now that white truck, they actually are trying to get on their way out of here, but he drove his truck up on that little curb that you can see right there, and he's got himself stuck because he flattened his tire, one of his drive tires right there, and he can't get off that curb. Oh man, looks like he might be getting off of it now, hopefully. But I don't know what he's gonna do with that flat tire issue. But yeah, I needed him to move out of the way so I'd be able to maneuver the truck and trailer around that curb, but I think he's good to go now. We'll get ourselves parked here in just a minute. All right guys, it's the next day. They took the truck in last night, or I guess this morning around 3 a.m. into the bay, and as you can see, it's back outside again. And that's not necessarily a positive thing because I didn't get a notification from road repair saying that the truck was back up and running and fixed. So that might mean that whatever it is going on with it, they're not able to immediately fix it. So I might be sitting here for a little bit. This load is going to be traded with another driver. They're on their way here to pick up the trailer now. One thing, that tow truck driver, when they were loading the truck up, they dinged up the license plate and the border. You know, they bent it all up when they were dragging it up onto the forks. Messed up, but it's still attached. That's the main thing. But let me show you guys something. I want to walk around here, something that you want to do when you're doing these trailer swaps. And you can see around here, there's a lot of trucks. This place is really tight. One thing that you want to do when you realize that you're gonna have to trade your loaded trailer with another guy is get a layout of the place where you're going to be parking your trailer, and you want to go ahead and give the next driver a heads up and let them know what the lot looks like that they're going to be taking, or they're going to be bringing their empty trailer into and parking. And let me see if I can find out exactly where I was, get myself reoriented here. I think we're actually right around here. But you want to let them know if this place is tight, if it's muddy, if it's going to be hard to get into. You know, of course, send them the address if they don't already have it. You know, let them know of any potential danger that they might find, you know, getting the truck stuck. So I think I was right around here. And hold on, we'll pick this up once I get a little bit closer. All right, here we are. Here's a spot where I was showing you guys last night where that other semi, that white one, was stuck up on that curb. He had to back up there. So the trailer that I brought is down this way, and the camera might make it look like there's more space back here, might make it look like it's wide open. It's open right here in this area, but it's not wide open back here where the trailer is actually parked. There was no space for me to put the trailer back here. There's only space for like bobtails and, as you can see, box trucks. Not enough space for me to put the trailer. Barely enough space for me to spin around when I was out here. This area is wide open now, but last night there were trailers parked here. So I wasn't gonna be able to like back up to one of these trailers. That would have made last night a lot easier for me. We made it through like we always do. But you want to get a lay of the land here. And, you know, I let the other driver know that, you know, you can come in here, have him stop at the entrance where I was brought in, and have him come down here, walk with me and take a look so he can get a mental image of the area that he's driving into. And, you know, he can game plan in his own head how he wants to bring his truck and trailer in here so that he does not get himself stuck. But I had to drive down this way, and I had to swing really wide out this way, almost make a U-turn, and drive out behind that trailer so that I could reverse and back up into that spot right there where my trailer is. Now, it's drier now, but as you can see, look at all these just rocks everywhere. All right, video cut out on me there. But as you see, like I was saying, there's rocks everywhere. And you know, it was a really rough ride. It's almost like a minefield. I mean, you see all these little bumps and ridges in this ground here. Those are all hard rocks. I mean, the trailer, it was like I was driving off-road or something. The truck and trailer were doing all this. I had to drive really slowly to not get myself twisted up. So I had to come down here and hook in a big U shape. And even with that, it was still a little tough to avoid that busted up box truck over there. I had to swing really wide, get really close next to that fence so that I could straighten myself up enough to back up and properly line myself here. And then I also wanted to take care not to drop the trailer in a soft patch. I mean, you can see this dirt looks crazy back here, but I wanted to make sure I didn't drop the trailer in a soft patch where the landing gear legs would sink into the ground, you know, because like I said, it was muddy back here last night. And you can look at that, somebody got themselves stuck. I mean, you can see those deep tire treads, indentations back here in this mud. So it's all stuff you want to take note of, you know, and like I said, warn the next guy when you know that they got to come back there into an area that's tight or something and swap the trailer. But I'm thinking the best thing for the guy to do is do the opposite of what I did. You know, drive in, like I went up that way to back up. I think it would be best for him to come in that way, drive over here, swing really wide, and try to straighten himself up as much as he can, maybe even curve up a little bit that way, the way that I came in, and back his empty trailer into that empty spot between that other flatbed and that reefer trailer right there. It's wide open space. All he's got to do is just maneuver himself into it, and there's enough space to do it now. So, and took the liberty when I was in my truck, grab the BOL like I told you guys last night. Make sure you got the BOL in your hand. Make sure that's the first thing you hand to the driver when they get there. That way he has all the paperwork that he needs and he doesn't leave without it, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. He's gonna have to do his equipment swap with me for the equipment that I have on that load there, and that'll be good. That'll be the end of that. Now I'm gonna hang out here, wait for him to get here. I'm gonna touch base with road repair, see if they have any updates as far as like a estimated time for completion for the repair. Hopefully I'm not here too long. Today is Wednesday, and I am in Nashville, Tennessee, and I checked it on my own routing. I'm about 7.5 hours from where I live in North Carolina, so I am still within a legal driving day of home. So I could, in theory, even if I get dispatched or if I get out of here on Friday, I could go pick something up and still make it home to North Carolina with one full 14-hour driving clock, or a duty clock, and 11 hours of driving. So I feel good about that. It's better than it could have been. You know, if I'd had that same problem that I'm having right now down in Texas, you know, Texas is definitely more than one driving day's worth away from North Carolina. I think it might have been like 18, 17 hours or something that I was away from home at the point where I picked the load up. But you know, we'll do what we need to do, and I'll catch up with you guys once I have an update.